Okay, so today I'm just going to answer some questions about myself so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. Um, there are some personal questions and some more general basic questions. So let's get started. Um, First question. Have you made any recent acts of kindness lately? So, I guess about a month ago, I had a guy message me on Facebook, tell me he was in the hospital being treated for cancer, and he told me he was depressed because no one was coming to visit him, and he was sad and lonely and sick all the time. So I got the idea to take a picture of me in a thong and then print out the picture, autograph it, and mail the panties and the picture to him in the hospital. And thankfully, he didn't think I was a creep. He really liked it. So that made me feel kind of good that he liked it. And then another guy who is in the hospital with cancer and only has 6 months to live was talking to me. So I added him to my premium Snapchat for free because cancer is not a cheap thing to deal with. And I don't want to take his money. So I wanted to make him happy. And he reminds me every day how happy he is that he gets to see my shows for free and that he looks forward to seeing me every day. And he just really shows how grateful he is. So it makes me feel good that I did that for them. What one thing did you do in the last 24 hours to make someone's life better or more enjoyable? So, I'm a bartender. Every day, people come in to visit me, and I make their lives more enjoyable. I serve them drinks. I give them food. I entertain them with jokes and bar tricks, and I talk to them and provide them with some good conversation. So, I think I make a lot of people's lives more enjoyable all the time. Um, what is something that really annoys you but doesn't bother most people? Bad tippers. If you're not a server or a bartender or in the service industry, you really don't care or even notice when people aren't tipping well, but we notice because that's how we make a living. And it sucks if you go out to eat and your friends don't tip well, or it sucks when you're the one working and people come up and ask you for a double shot, but they only want to be charged for a single, and then they want to tip you 50 cents. That's not how this works. You either take care of me, or I'm not going to take care of you. That's how that works. What's something new that I learned yesterday? Yesterday, I learned how to make a pumpkin pie martini with pumpkin puree. I was looking, the old manager gave me some pumpkin flavoring, but some people at the bar tasted it and said it tasted like straight cinnamon and smelled like cinnamon, so I didn't want to use it. So I went to the food store and I bought pumpkin coffee creamer, and then I found pumpkin puree. So I put it in a martini with a couple other ingredients and shook it up, and I let a bunch of people at the bar try it, and they all loved it and said it was great. So I think I made a good martini. It's going to be the special this week, so. Do you think you would be happy if you never had to work again? I'm actually quite happy with my job as a bartender. I look forward to going to work because I always get to meet new people and entertain them with new jokes and new tricks that I learned, and I get to show off all my bartending skills, and people are usually impressed with the knowledge that I have about liquor and about making drinks, and they love the tricks and the jokes. So it makes me feel good that I can provide them with some joy while they're at the bar. And I really like going to work. I really like my job, so I'm grateful to have this job. And I think I would get bored if I wasn't working. So I think I would like to keep working. Are you comfortable talking to strangers? Being a bartender, I have to talk to strangers all day long. Whether I want to talk to them or not, I have to talk to them. There's some people that believe me that I don't want to talk to, but I have to grind my teeth and put up with it because they're my guests at the bar, and even if they're shitty tippers, I still have to treat them just as good as every other guest and be just as polite and friendly to them. even though they get on my fucking goddamn nerves. But I am pretty good with talking to strangers, so that comes with the job. But what's one thing that people always misunderstand about you? People, especially girls, judge me based upon the way I look, and they don't even give me a chance. They just all of a sudden decide they don't like me, and that I must be a bitch. And my best friend in Ruidoso right now just called me today to apologize for hating me immediately upon meeting me without even giving me a chance. And this is because I've recently shown her how good of a friend I am to her, so she feels bad that she used to hate me for no reason at all. And it's not only her, it's been a lot of girls in my life have hated me, and then I've grown on them once they get to know me and give me a chance. I realize I'm not a bitch, I'm not stuck up, I'm a pretty cool person, and people just need to give me a chance, get to know me before you judge me. What do you bring with you everywhere you go? My cell phone. I am on my cell phone all the time. I am always snapping on my premium Snapchat or my regular Snapchat, trying to promote my premium, or trying to promote my premium on Facebook or Instagram and taking pictures, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of work, but sometimes I feel like I'm being rude to people I'm with because I'm on my phone so much, but I'm not on my phone when I'm at work. I have my phone on the charger at work. I don't use my phone behind the bar because that is bad for business, and I'm about making money. So what are 3 things you value most about a person? That would be honesty. I hate liars. Hate liars. So honesty is very important. Huge, huge, huge. You have to be honest. If you're a liar, I can't be around you. I can't deal with liars. Kindness. I want you to be kind to me and to other people and to strangers, people you don't even know. That shows a lot about your character if you're kind to strangers. And last but not least, you have to have a good sense of humor, because I love to laugh. I love people that can make me laugh. I want to laugh all the time. I want to be around people who make me laugh. So having a good sense of humor is really important. Okay, what's the weirdest thing about myself? I hate odd numbers, so the TV volume and the radio volume always has to be on an even number, or I start to get like slight anxiety. If it's divisible by 5, it's not as bad, like 15, 25, 35, they're okay because it's divisible by 5. 5 is an odd number, but it's a 5, so it's like acceptable. I don't know. There's other people who can relate to that, so it's not all that uncommon. I've heard of other people who have similar pet peeves or quirks about them, so I'm not the only one. What's the first secret you kept from anybody? So my first kiss was actually with a girl when I was in middle school, and so I remember being at camp when I was little, and the counselor told us to cover our eyes because she had to get dressed and didn't want us to see. And I remember like peeking because I wanted to see what she looked like naked. And I think I knew I was bi from a young age, and I didn't come out to anyone until my sophomore year in college. I don't think I really even admitted it to myself. I think I just kept it like a secret, like I wouldn't admit it to myself until I met the girl that I ended up dating, and we met up with my mom and came out to her together. And my mom was kind of upset, but she got over it. So, what skill do you wish you had? Ever since I was little, I always wished that I could sing, and not just sing, but sing beautifully. Sing like a really. So I watch American Idol and all those singing competitions and stuff, and I just wish I could sing and impress people and just have a good voice and not sound like such a crappy, high-pitched, squeaky voice. Sucks. Do you usually learn from your failures, or do you keep repeating them? When it comes to dating, I have still yet to learn from my mistakes. Um, I keep repeating them every time I start dating someone new. I'm hoping this guy ends up being different. It's still too soon to tell, but I don't know. I seem to fall back into old habits and just go for the wrong guy all the time. I don't know. If we learn from our failures, then why is it so bad to fail? I think learning from your past failures is a good thing. It's only bad to fail if you don't learn from your mistakes, but instead you keep repeating the same actions that brought upon that failure in the first place, which is what I keep doing with guys. I keep going back to the same type of guy. It just, I grew up watching my mom date abusive guys, so I think I learned that behavior from her. I learned like that's how women should be treated and that's okay. And so I've dated a lot of emotionally abusive guys, verbally abusive, and I just, this guy now seems like he's different, but I don't know. Have you ever questioned your sanity and why? So I have a tendency to constantly fall for the wrong type of guy. For some reason, I seem to ignore all the warning signs that are so evident to everyone else, and I just think they're this great person, and then everything just blows up. It explodes. And then I look back and I'm like, oh, I should have seen that. I should have noticed that. That should have set off a red flag in my head. But at the time, it doesn't. I don't know why. But I will learn. I will learn one day. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? I wish I was better at staying in touch with old friends. Um, when I left Jersey, well, even before then, when I went to college, I didn't really stay in touch with friends from high school. And then when I graduated college, I didn't really stay in touch with friends from college. And then when I moved from Jersey, I didn't really stay in touch with friends in Jersey. And I just have a hard time staying in touch, even with family. I talk to my mom and my sister, but like my dad's side of the family, I barely ever talk to. Once every couple months, I talk to them. I'm just bad with staying in touch with people. So, are you ever lonely even when you're in a crowd? Um, yeah, I feel lonely quite often. Um, I hate going places by myself. I don't like to go to the store by myself or anywhere by myself, really. But since I left New Jersey, I haven't made a lot of friends, and it's been kind of lonely. I have a lot of Facebook friends, but they don't translate into real friends in the real world. And yeah, so I mean, I have my dog, and he's my best friend. So, are you satisfied with the depth of your relationships? So when I lived back in New Jersey, I was super popular. I had a ton of friends. I always was going out doing stuff. I'd go to the bar. Everyone knew me. People bought me drinks. I had people to talk to everywhere I went. And then I moved to Phoenix, and I couldn't hold a job, and I couldn't make friends. And then I met my boyfriend on a webcamming site, and he moved in with me right away. And then he didn't let me have any friends, so it was just me and him. And then I moved here, and I started to try going out with people, but he did not like that, and he made a huge scene at the bar one night, and those people never hung out with me again. But I started to make new friends at my new job, so and I have my guy who comes over every night and entertains me, so I'm grateful for him and for the friends that I do have. I wish I would have stayed in touch with more people, but like I said, I suck at that, so. Okay, what makes you nervous? Um, Being alone makes me nervous. I don't want to die alone. I don't want something to happen to me and no one to know, or to be able to tell my family, or to take care of my dog. It really scares me to have left Jersey and left everything and everyone that I know to come be by myself across the country with very few people out here that know me and care about me. What brings you down the most often is the feeling of loneliness. So I think we've beat that horse now. We beat that dead horse, as the saying goes. Um, do you think it's too late to do certain things in your life? Why? I think it's too late to return to law school. My financial aid is completely fucked up. I owe so much money in student loans. And even if I did go back to school and graduate, I would never be able to pass the ethics section on the bar exam because of all the content I've put out on the internet. So I would never be able to be a lawyer. So what have you given up on becoming a lawyer? Because that will never happen. It was attainable one day, but things changed. And so next question, what is your aim in life? Was it always this? Right now my aim is to keep improving my bartending skills and hopefully eventually become bar manager of the bar I work at. I used to want to be a lawyer. I've let that go now because that's just not going to happen, and I'm going to focus on bartending, and I'm good at it. It's something I enjoy, so I'm going to keep working at getting better and entertaining people with new jokes and new tricks all the time, and that will be my contribution to this town. What stresses you out? I always seem to be stressing out about money and bills. There just never seems to be enough money coming in as it needs to be going out. My overhead is a lot less here than it was in Phoenix, but I'm still stressing about money. I think I will always be stressing about money. So that's just something I have to deal with. Are you afraid of losing anything? I am terrified of losing my dog Chaos. I got him when he was 8 weeks old, and that was 10 years ago. Sorry. He's more than just a dog to me. He's my family. And the day he crosses over that rainbow bridge is going to be the hardest day of my life. Sorry. Okay. If you could be any animal, which animal would you be and why? As boring as it may sound, I would just be a dog because my dog has a great life. He sleeps all day until I get home to give him kisses and pets and cuddles, and yeah, so I would be a dog. Okay. Is there something in your life that has always troubled you? Until recently, I've never been comfortable in my body. And even until this day, I still feel really insecure without makeup on, which is why I wear a lot of makeup every day, because I don't like the way I look without makeup on. And people always make comments about my makeup or wearing too much, or I would be so pretty if I didn't wear so much makeup. I don't care. I feel comfortable wearing makeup. I don't feel comfortable when I don't have it on. So I'm going to wear it because it makes me feel better about myself. So do you really enjoy wearing makeup, or do you do so because of peer pressure? I've always been insecure about the way I looked, starting as early back as I can remember. All my friends were dating boys, and I couldn't even get a date to a school dance. I was often teased for my height, my red hair, my long legs, and my weight. Although I'm still insecure and attempt to cover it up with makeup, I've grown to accept and even love all the characteristics about myself that I used to get teased for in school. I really like having long legs now, and being tall and being skinny is a good thing, and I got my boobs done, but they're proportionate to my body. And I just recently accepted the fact that I have red hair and stopped dyeing it and learned to appreciate it for its beauty. So, do you prefer wild clothes with patterns and bright colors or more conservative attire? Although I've always been insecure, hiding behind makeup allows me to portray myself as sexy and confident. I do think that I have a nice body, and I like to show it off with skimpy, bright, usually blue clothes. If I go to work wearing something other than blue, everyone goes, "You must need to do laundry because you're not wearing blue." The one day I counted 9 people made a comment about me not wearing blue. So, yeah, I'm wearing blue right now. I wear blue a lot. So, well, that's all the questions I have for you today. So, I hope you feel like you got to know me a little better. You got to see me cry about my dog and hear how lonely I am and insecure I am. So, I'm a real fucking person. I have feelings too. So, that's all I can say.